Welcome back to Snippet Coder, and we are back with another video. And in this video we will learn about fast, enjoyable and secure NoSQL database, that is Hive, and how to use it in Flutter. And we will also use form control, images, and we will also learn about its pros and cons using Flutter. So before starting the video, if you are new to our channel, subscribe the channel by clicking on the subscribe button and click the bell icon to get notified about our latest video. Thank you. So these are the dependency we have to add to our project. First one is a Hive, and the second one is a Hive underscore Flutter, and we have to also add the dev underscore dependencies, that is Hive generator and build runner. These are basically used to generate the adapter files for that auto generated file for Hive database. So we have to create a one data model class, that is we have created hive underscore data.model.dat file. So here we have two classes. First one is a product model and the second one is a category model. So what we are doing here is we have added the Hive type, and we have extended with the Hive object, and then we have added the annotations, that is Hive fields, and we have a multiple fields over here. First one is ID, then we have a product name, category name, product description, price, product price. So in the Hive field we have to pass the index of that field, and the same way we have added that Hive field for the category name 0, then we category ID 1. So now we will run a code generator which will automatically generate the database code for us. We have to add one line of code here, that is part, and here we have to provide the class name, file name, that is hive underscore data underscore model. Then we have to execute the command which will generate a database code for us. So now that auto generated file has been created, and that is named as a hive underscore data underscore model.g.dat file. So this file has been created. So it having two adapters. First one is a product model adapter and the second one is a category model adapter. And G here stand for that generated. That file G stand for the generated. Now the database classes has been generated. So now we have to create one wrapper here that will do the CRUD operation for us using the Hive, and we will name it as a hive underscore db underscore helper dot file. So we have already created the Hive db service class. So we have a multiple function over here. I will explain each and every function. So here in the dot we have a boxes concept, and all the data stored in the Hive is organized in a boxes, and a box can be compared to the table in the SQL, but it does not have the structure and can contain anything. For a small app, a single box might be enough. For more advanced problem, boxes are a great way to organize your data. Boxes can also be encrypted to store sensitive data. So boxes, you can take an example like we have a box in front of us. So if we have to do anything in it, we have to open it. So in the same way, if we have to do anything in that database, we have to just open it. So here what we are doing, we have created one method that is box product box, and return type is a future box, and here we are having a hive.openBox, and we are passing that model name, that is product model, then we are passing the box name. So we have created two boxes here. First one is a product box and the second one is a category box. So we have two tables. First one is product table and second one is a category table, and category we are using for fetching the data of categories in our dropdown. So in the same way we have a category box, and here we are opening that box and we providing that model name, and here we are passing that box name. So for the same we have created that add product method. So here what we are doing, we have just opened the box, and in the box we have called the method of add, and in the add we are just passing our model, and we are checking here if inserted is equal to 1, then we are making it as a true, and that means the data has been saved. So in the same way we are doing for the get product also. We are just opening that box by calling that method of product box, and here we are just mapping the values which we receive from the box, and with mapping that value with the list of type product model of type list, and then we have a box dot values dot to list, and we are getting the list collection of that data of products. And the same way we are doing for category also, and here we are just opening the box and we are assigning that box values to that list category model. But here we are checking if the category dot length is equal to 0, then we are just inserting the dummy data in the database. In the same way we are doing in our SQL also, while creating the database we have added some of the data in the category table. So same way we are doing here also. We are checking if the length of the database of category is 0, then we are inserting the 4 data in the database. Then we are reassigning that categories from the box, and we are returning in the category. So here we have one more method, that is update product, and here we have 2 parameters. First one is a key, and we have to pass a key name for that particular, because this hive is basically this hive is based on that key value structure. So we have to pass a key name so that that particular key will be updated. And here the second parameter is a model, that is product model, and we are opening that box, and in the box we are putting that that model on the basis of that particular key. So in the same way we are doing for delete also. We are just passing one parameter of key, and we are opening the box, and then we are deleting the data on the basis of that particular key. So now we have to register our adapters, which is auto generated from that Hive generated files. These adapter we have to register so that our Hive is know that which adapter we have to use for the database connectivity and all. So for that we have to go to that main.dart file, and here we have to add a line of code. So we have to make the method main as a async, and then we have to call some line of code here. We have to also import that hive underscore flutter library also. So what we are doing here, we have added one variable of initialize is equal to by default as a false, and we are checking here if it's false, then we are making it as a initialize, and then we are calling the hive.initialize flutter, and we are using the await here. Then we are registering our adapters here, and we are telling register adapter and that model file name. Then we have that adapter link with that. And in the same way we are doing for the category model also. We have registered the adapter with that model name, and then we are passing that adapter file name, adapter class name. So now we have to update our UI so that it will not call that SQLite. Instead of that we have to call the Hive database. So we have to go to our UI part. So in case you have not watched our that previous video of SQLite, I will suggest that first watch that video. In that video we have covered everything regarding that form and all, and that is a basic of generating a form and all with the help of some helper class we have created. So we are just updating our previous project so that we, instead of using that SQLite, we are using the Hive here. So now we will go to that page, that is add edit product, and here we will change the calls here, and instead of using DB service we will use Hive service here, Hive DB service here. and here we are getting that get categories here. So here we have to change that category model class to our Hive model class. So here in the update product we have to pass one more parameter, that is key name, that we will get from here model dot key comma model. So rest of the code is same. There is no need of more changes, as we have already done our code in a very structurable manner. So that's why we don't have to do much changes here. So here in the home page also we have to change the code. Instead of using DB service, we will use here Hive DB service. So here also we have to change Hive DB service. So here also we will change it as a Hive CRUD, and here also for products we have to change that model file. Instead of using the SQLite, we will use Hive underscore data model. So let's run the application to see our Hive implementation. So here we have our UIs, and now we will click on the add product. So here we will add first product, and description we will add first product added from Hive, and we will add the price here 500, and the category we will select. So now these categories are coming from the Hive, and the second box which we have created, we will click here t-shirt, and we will select here. Now we will save the product. Data submit successfully. So the data has been submitted, and data has been came to the data tables. So if we click on the edit button, so we are getting the data here. So if I add the debugger here to show you how it's working, so I will go to Hive DB helper, and here in the get product I will add that debugger here. So now here we are getting box, and in the box we are getting these data. Name of the box is product, and it's showing here the path also, that DB path, that is product.hive. Then we will have values here that are in a key value pairs. So we are getting the data of box.values here, and we are doing toString here to fill the data in the list type of product models. So here we are getting the data from the Hive, and here coming the key for that particular row. Then we have product description, name, product pick, and price, everything here. So in the same way we can do the edit also. If I click edit here, I just change the name of product as updated. I will click on save button. So now data has been modified. So now here data has been updated, first product updated. So now if I click on the delete button, it will delete the data. If I click yes, it will delete the data. So we have added a debugger here. I am removing it. So data has been deleted. So that's all in this Hive, and Hive is seem to be a very fast local database as compared to SQLite, and that I think is a very good feature, as if we are using any local database, local device, and database should be super fast so that you end users don't have any issues and all. SQLite as compared to Hive is very slow, and if someone is from the full stack developer, if they know that SQLite or SQL queries and all, for them SQLite is a very easy thing because they can do all the queries over there and fetch the data and all. But in the Hive we have that key value structure, and we have to depend on that only. No queries we can execute in the Hive, that SQL queries and all. So I think that's are the pros and cons of the using Hive. I hope you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share, and I will come back soon with the more videos. Thank you all.